How the hell you doing, YouTube? My name is Brainsmasher, and I got another video, because that's what you go to YouTube for, videos that are entertaining, with unattractive men talking about squares that they collect ad nauseum. Why do we do this? My video today, a little different, you know, whatever, hope you enjoy it. Gonna be talking about a couple of new things I got in, and it's the 1-year anniversary of my channel. I've been doing metal YouTubing for exactly to the day, probably even the hour, 1 year of videos. So I just wanted to kind of reflect on some ideas that I've gained through my experience in doing this for a year. And I just wanted to share some thoughts about what I wish I would have known before I started metal YouTubing, just to kind of pontificate and just kind of think about what we metal YouTubers do. And if you're thinking about doing a metal YouTube channel, maybe this could be helpful to you and offer some topics that you maybe wouldn't have otherwise considered before stepping up to the plate and being a metal YouTuber, which is such a prestigious thing to do. So just so that I don't make a video that's devoid of any musical topics and albums to talk about, I've got a couple of things in since my last video. I thought I'd show them off. While we're talking, I'm going to be listening to Ethereal Shroud. This is, they became The Falling Ash. Highly recommend picking this up on Northern Silence. This is a UK sort of like blackish doom band. Super atmospheric. I would say it's kind of somewhere between like Dark Space and maybe Nort, kind of. But there's a lot more melody and kind of musicality to it, as you'll hear. There's a lot of like emotional kind of leads and stuff. So highly recommend this Ethereal Shroud. Link down below as always. Let's enjoy what I've been listening to and got copies of. Okay, so this was one of my favorite albums of last year. 40 Watt Suns, Wider Than the Sky. It was in my top 20, and I don't think I talked about it in my top 20 videos because it was so fucking hard to nail down a copy of this fucking thing. Distribution of this album in the United States has been nil. Fucking zilch. And I just kind of don't feel comfortable paying more than $25 for a new CD. I just don't. I'm not gonna fucking do it. And so I felt like, okay, I'm gonna make it my mission. I'm gonna write to the record label and the band and just kind of ask, maybe harass them a little bit and say, hey, is there anybody in the United States that you know of carrying this album? I wrote them on Twitter, Facebook, and straight email, both the band and the label, Radiance Records, and I got nothing. I've Googled ad fucking nauseum trying to find anyone in the States selling it. Not happening. eBay, there were, but they were wanting something like, no, I don't think there was anyone in the States on eBay even selling it. Anyways, I had a bitch of a time tracking this fucking thing down until finally one night, I'm laying in bed, I'm Googling, and on like the 15th page of the fucking Google results, I find this Finnish record store chain in Finland selling it for something like 11 euro or something, and shipping was weirdly like 3 euro. So I wound up paying like $16 for it or something. I was like, okay, yes, finally, I'll fucking do it. So I ordered the thing, and they said they sent a copy. I never fucking got it. Anyways, 3 months later, they sent another copy. I finally got it. I love this album to death. I might be doing a review of it. But man, just an emotionally draining album. I love it so fucking much. Pick this up if you're not in the United States. So I got that in this week, and fucking finally, I can't believe I have a copy of it. Got Don't Hemscards at Umbra Omega. I love this band so goddamn much, and I have this on LP. I just decided I want a copy for the car, and I thought maybe there would be a little bit of extras in the CD, which there aren't really. It's just kind of a standard packaging, really nothing to speak of packaging-wise, but this album is so awesome. This is just like exactly the kind of metal that I want to be listening to at this day and age. lot of different styles that I dabble in here and there, but this kind of stuff, this forward-thinking, sort of futuristic, progressive, experimental black metal, really it's just kind of like space metal or what have you, defies a lot of categorizations. But anyways, this is so incredibly forward-thinking, ingenuitive, and amazing. I love this album so much, and I'm just happy to have a copy on CD. Next, this is a non-metal record. I don't know, kind of like, not really my genre, but punk, hardcore, sort of thrash, a lot of thrash influence in here. I'm friends with the guitar player. This is actually a band from Iowa City called Big Box. The album is called Die Now. These songs were originally released on a demo cassette a couple years prior, so they finally decided to put it on LP. I picked this up. I think this is limited to like 200 copies. Picked it up on Discogs. I just kind of, I guess I shit the bed on buying a copy of it from the band, even though they're friends of mine, but finally just decided to get a copy of it. Got it on Discogs for like $5 or something. Just a kind of a dark, you probably can't even see the color on that, dark purple sort of wax, but this is a killer record. It's kind of short, just kind of like snot-nosed, punky, sort of thrashy metal, punks kind of stuff. I don't know. Not really the kind of thing I normally listen to, but it's fucking great. Great riffs. And lastly, pull it out of the sleeve here, this fucking beauty, Demon Seas, Joined in Darkness. Look at that. This is like one of my favorite black metal band photos in the history of black metal, man. That's Xithra, sole member of Demon Sea at the time. And this is my favorite Demon Sea album. Demon Sea is one of my favorite black metal bands. I just feel like this album in particular and Demon Sea in particular bring such a more sinister and just haunting and vile, satanic vibe to the genre like no other band can. I love this band so fucking much. This version is was reissued by Nuclear War Now last year, limited to 100 copies, and they only did this for the Nuclear War Now Fest in Germany of last year. Whatever. So 100 copies didn't sell at the fest, so they had a couple left over and sold this for like 25 on their website. I had a Black Witchery Desecration of the Holy Kingdom LP that was just the same facts and stats as this one. So it comes in like a generic jacket. There's probably still copies of this available. Highly recommend picking it up. Just having like, honestly, as much as I love this album, I have it on like, you know, every format, different versions. That band photo on the back, just I wanted to have that enshrined in vinyl for all time. So yeah, Demon Seas, Joined in Darkness. So I've got a couple of topics that I've been thinking about here. I've written out some notes and stuff that I wanted to just tell you about. So it's been a year. I feel a lot more comfortable in front of my camera. I feel a lot more comfortable talking directly to you guys, my audience, a lot of strangers, a lot of friends. And if you go back to my first video back, like, I don't know, I've probably done like probably 125 videos since then, to July 11th. It's just so funny. I seem so like meek and shy and unconfident and unaware. And so I think I've learned a lot about myself and what I want to do on this metal YouTubing channel in that time. And so I think I just wanted to kind of talk about some of those things and I don't know, just impart that knowledge to you guys if it's of any use to you, and just kind of shoot the shit. I feel like a lot of metal YouTubers' audience, mainly, at least as far as the people that we interact with, are other metal YouTubers. I've found myself in such a great community of dudes who love talking about metal and stuff, so it's been nice. Make a lot of new friends, and it's been great so far. So the first topic is be aware of the potential scope of your audience and the immortality of your content. It's going to be on the internet forever. Even though you might bury those videos underneath hundreds and hundreds of videos, like Count Blagarath. Think about it. He's got a shit ton of videos, and going back and finding his old videos would be a pain in the ass, but somebody might be willing to do that. So the reason I bring that up is because So you may not even be aware of it, but I've got a little bit of moral, political issues with some of the albums and music that are out there, and even some that are in my collection. So I choose every once in a while to not use my channel to promote an album that may have some ideas or thoughts or whatever topics behind it that I don't feel comfortable promoting on my channel. You may think about it as just you're talking to another person one-on-one about an album, and you may approach your channel that way, but if someone ever wants to take that out of context and use it against you, you never know what someone might think about what you're saying. And so let's say you're just a small-time YouTuber when you first do a video about, you know, some Nazi fucking band or something, and you think nothing of it. You're not a Nazi, you don't have any of those political beliefs, but you're using your channel to promote that album. And someone might think that's stupid of you to do. So just think about how someone might, you know, think ill of what you're doing with your channel. So that's just kind of something that I try and do with my channel so that no one can, I don't know, come back at me with arguments and things of that nature. Anyways, that's a whole humongous topic that I know a lot of us are tired of, but I think it's important to be aware of. Next, I said it takes a really long time to start making money from YouTube. And I know a lot of male YouTubers just don't give a fuck about it. And at first I didn't really either, but it was something I kind of started to think about. You know, it would be super nice if making videos just made me enough money to be able to buy 2 or 3 releases a week or something, you know, so that you would have something to talk about. Like if you're metal YouTube, it could make you enough money to just buy you the records that you were going to talk about, you know, just kind of it pays for itself kind of thing. It takes a long time to get to that point, and I'm not even fucking close to that point. Monetization is a topic that's not simple. I do monetize my videos for a couple of reasons, and I do it in a couple of different ways. I'm just kind of like fidgety, and sometimes I don't feel like monetizing a video for certain reasons, and sometimes I really do. But it really takes a long time before you can get to the point where you can start making money off of it. So unless you've got some nice equipment and you think that your content is just gonna fucking blow up, don't think that you're gonna be fucking eating on Mama YouTube's soup spoon anytime soon. The biggest reason that I do monetize my videos is not to make money, since I don't make any money, if you're curious, on my metal YouTube videos, is that YouTube promotes videos that are monetized, have commercials or advertisements in them, more than videos that don't. And that's totally logical, because YouTube wants to make money on videos that have advertisements in them more than videos that don't have advertisements in them. So it's important, if you like someone, to subscribe to them so that you get all their videos and you don't miss anything if you don't want to miss anything. But that's mainly why I do that, just because, you know, I want my content to be seen by people, and I think my content is worth having a big audience. I'd like to think that. So I try and work hard and always think of ways to improve my channel and my content to make it valuable for you guys to spend time watching me babble about shit. So yeah, that's that topic. Next is a piece of advice from Mike Seatown. That guy is a fucking great YouTuber. Mike, you might be watching this and thinking, oh man, what's he saying? Seriously, Mike Seatown is a fucking great YouTuber. He's got something like 30,000 subscribers, and he deserves every goddamn one of them. And I don't really understand how long he's been doing it or how he got to that point, other than the fact that he's a great fucking YouTuber. Great dude, from all I can tell. He did a video about maybe 8-10 months ago or so. Seemed like his subscribers were just kind of railing on him and wearing him down. But he did a video where he said, and it was important sage advice, he doesn't owe his audience anything. And that just echoed so much with me, and it just kind of made me take a step back and realize it's really important to never think that you owe your audience anything. And I guess the thing I take away from that mostly is that it's just important to make content that you yourself would like watching, or the people that you love or your friends and family would love watching, rather than trying to appeal to so many people. I've got 1,350 subscribers, and there's no way that I can appeal to every single one of my subscribers. So why bother? I try and make my channel be a channel that I would want to watch most. I try to talk about albums that I want to hear people's opinions about, and that there aren't people talking about some of the albums that I do. So I just really want to take my channel and make it the best channel that I would want to watch. Next thing I've got here is be aware of what you don't like doing in your videos and avoid doing it. Because once you set yourself up for some expectation and your audience comes to your channel for certain things, and you got to think about the grand scale of things. You're going to wind up doing 1 or 2 videos a week or so. I try and kind of keep it around there. And if there's something that you don't like doing in your videos, you're going to be doing it a lot. So it's important to just kind of notice those things and just don't set yourself up to be troublesome in your videos. Don't set yourself up for some expectations that you're just going to get frustrated with and kicking out the door. Like in my, I want to say it was 600, no, I don't know, my subscriber video where I got like drunk for having 300 subscribers. Maybe it was 666, I don't even remember. But I got drunk, I answered a bunch of questions, did a Q&A thing, and I was drunk and maybe a little bit belligerent in that video, but I realized, like, man, I really don't like answering these questions. I think I pulled off an enjoyable video, but I'll probably not be doing another Q&A video for a long time, because I don't know what it is. It just kind of bugged me. I think you can kind of tell in the video. So that was just a learning experience, and I hope I didn't set any sort of expectation where I'll be answering questions like that. Every once in a while, I will get a comment on a video where someone says, like, hey, what are your thoughts on this? Oh, why don't you do a video about this? And I really do like having that opportunity. If I want to do a video about something, having, this is, they laid out the topic for you. I don't have to think about a new topic that week. Someone else did. So I get to satisfy that viewer and maybe others who may have wondered the same thing. And I don't have to think of some sort of original content for that week or 2 or whatever. So I appreciate that, but I don't want to set a precedent where I'm going to be just like subservient to any of you guys who watch my videos. Next thing I got is at least try and do something original. I'm not singling anyone out. I'm not saying that to complain, but there are a lot of metal YouTubers, and there are just a lot of YouTubers. This is a really booming thing right now. And so I kind of feel like the reason we metal YouTubers watch other metal YouTubers, and I feel like a lot of the reason that you guys watch my videos isn't necessarily to find out about the albums that we talk about. In a lot of ways, if you think about it, we all kind of talk about the same genres, the same bands over and over and over. And what keeps people returning and what keeps me returning to your guys' videos is your personality that you offer in your videos and what ideas you have outside of just like these short sentence or 2 long music reviews. So I really appreciate content that kind of goes out of its way to have something that's thought-provoking and original, just so that you aren't another boring metal YouTuber. And I think that's just a nice way of approaching any sort of creative endeavor. Just don't do it unless you have a way of being original about it. And as far as the way I approach my channel is I try and always find new ways to be different and step outside of the norm. And I'd like to think that my channel kind of reflects that. But I guess that's really, you be the judge of that. Another thing that I've noticed that I think is a good way to make good content is to be someone else's audience. Spend some time watching other people's videos and just, really think about it. Really think about how you react to their content. Sometimes I'll watch bad metal YouTubers. There really are some shitty metal YouTubers. God, I wish I could name some names, but I'm just not going to be a dick. But there's some people that just annoy the living piss out of me. And I can't imagine any of them are watching my videos, so I'm not all that leery of saying that. And it kind of makes me sound like a pompous ass, but I can't be anything but honest. There are some metal YouTubers that just drive me fucking nuts. And so I try and not be like them. And that's just a great way, I think, even if someone just does a little thing that annoys you a little bit, or is a complete shit ass that annoys the fuck out of you, it's just a good way to notice what annoys you and just don't do it. It's a good way to just come up with ways to constantly be improving your channel. And that brings us to another talking point that I think kind of goes along with that pretty well, and that's don't get caught up in the tradition or the protocol of metal YouTubing. There's such a like machinated protocol of how you do videos, and I'd like to think that I do a little bit of that because there is a lot of inherent expectation of what you do as a metal YouTuber, but don't be afraid to step out of it. And really, if all you're going to do is do things exactly like everyone else does, I'm probably not going to wind up watching your channel. So it's important to just kind of try and think of ideas to be original, be different, like I was saying before. So my last talking point is you're going to be making a lot of videos, so you don't have to get it exactly right every time. This, for me, in a year, I think it's kind of nice to just kind of reflect and think about the growth that I've gone to from sitting over there to sitting over here. That's not just it, but like I've gotten into editing videos. I've put an intro on my video. Done a lot of cool things that I think it's been fun learning how to go from nothing to 1 year. And I'd like to think that I'll change that much, if not more, going from 1 year to 2 years and 3 years and 4 years if I keep on doing this. Who knows? But it's nice to just kind of look back at that year of growth and try and make that a goal in my second year or more. I don't know what it's going to be off the top of my head, but I am going to enjoy it. I hope I enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. And I hope you guys stick with me for another year, 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever. Starting a new job tomorrow. So I don't know what that's going to mean. My schedule is going to be a little fluctuating for the next week or 2. So I might not be on the ball uploading content as often as I usually do. So bear with me for a little while I get used to my new job and stuff. So I might not be uploading 1 or 2 videos a week or whatever. But I'll be back definitely before long, before you even notice it. There's plenty of other great metal YouTubers out there offering good content, and watch them in the meantime. That's it for this video, so thanks for watching. Have a good everything. Don't stop being amazing.